Is it recording now?
No. Dang it, Kim's gonna use that for something. That's how Kim is.
Alright.
So it actually is recording, right? It's not saying we might record. Okay.
This is weird.
I know.
Emily with Living Lovely and my friend Jackie.
Yeah.
And we were in Honduras a few weeks ago, so we're kind of just gonna recap the trip and kind of show you some of the stuff that we did. So
nosotros estamos en Honduras.
what did you find most different about Honduras?
Probably the fact that I cankles the whole time.
Yeah, you did.
Something about it's just like the salt in the food and the heat and like the lack, like not having air conditioning, because I'm always in air conditioning in Florida, even though we live in like a tropical area.
Honduras is
still
so much hotter.
So different. And I had cankles the entire time, so my ankles just completely swelled in. It was a little rough.
I think what was most different for me was the fact that when you go to the bathroom in Honduras, you can't throw the toilet paper in the toilet. You have to throw it in a trash can just because their plumbing is different. So at first that was super weird, and then I got so used to it the like 7 days we were in Honduras that when I got back to America and like I would go to the bathroom, I'd like search for the trash can, and then I was like, oh no, I can just throw it in the toilet. So that was something I had to like adjust to, and it's just something we don't really think about here at all.
Yeah, I don't usually think about where it's
yeah, where the toilet
where it's gonna go.
And then also the water, just because here like we take for granted just how you can drink water whenever, like we literally have water bottles right over there, but their water is just not purified or clean, so we couldn't drink it as often as we wanted.
Yeah, our American stomachs couldn't take it. Our gentle little American stomachs. Also, it was weird using a translator the entire time. It's like, I should know Spanish. We live in Florida, like we should know Spanish, but you know, we don't. So yeah, just like that pause, like when you have to wait for somebody to translate you. Because we went on TV while we were there, which was really cool, but it's just like you get used to having to pause when you talk. So I sounded a little slow when I got back because I just would say something and then just kind of sit there for a second, like halfway through the sentence. Yeah.
And I think it was cool just seeing how, even though we were like in Honduras for a mission trip, just how many things that Lovely taught me translated to that, because we were both terrified to go on TV and we did it. Like it was so natural. And then even I hate heights, which like hate them, like cannot stand them, and we went zip lining, and the first little zip was terrifying.
We didn't insert like a little clip right there.
Scary. Yeah, here's the clip of me.
Oh yeah, Beverly's
getting stuck. And I made the grave mistake of looking down. Like I looked down and saw all the rocks and my death just plummeting there. So that was really scary, but then it was cool because I knew that I didn't have anything to fear, that I could get through it, and I did, and it actually was really, really fun, and I'm glad I did it. I don't ever need to do it again, but I conquered that fear and did it.
It's so fun. I loved it. I've been ziplining before, but this is the first time I had a break for myself, and the gloves were a little thin, so I like had this burn across my hand from holding down the line and trying to slow down.
Yeah, so
yeah.
Should we tell them about the toucan story?
Oh my gosh, the toucan. So one of my biggest goals, my biggest dreams in this life is to see a toucan. And we were in the place where you can see toucans, and I didn't see one the entire time we were there. We were literally in the jungle on a mountain where the toucans all roam, and I did not see one. And the only time anyone saw a toucan the whole trip, well, I was talking to a group of girls, and so I missed seeing the toucan because I didn't turn my head in time because, you know, I was focusing on what I was doing.
I definitely pointed it out. She was in the middle of the teaching, and I saw the toucan, and you just see me go, toucan!
Yes.
So it was quite an experience.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
beautiful. So everyone should go to Honduras just to see a toucan.
Yes, unless you're like me and they just avoid you.
Honduras was really great, and it was cool just because we got to use Lovely while we were there. We got to do a Lovely teaching with a group of teenage girls. And I know I've been to Honduras a couple times, so I've kind of gotten to know these girls and know a little bit more of their story. So it's really cool that even though they're in a third world country and life seems so drastically different, they're not much different from us. They still share the same struggles. They need forgiveness, they need hope, they need to know that they have a voice, that they have valor, that they are special. So it was really cool that we just kind of got to bring that message down to them.
Yeah. Didn't, like, you've been before and one of the kids wrote you a letter saying, like, why didn't you come with the other white people when you're giving out donations?
So that was really cool, just the sense that, you know, sometimes you have those doubts in your head that what you're doing down there isn't special and isn't worth it, but those relationships really do matter.
Yeah.
So that was a really special part of the trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
So, Lovely is now officially international.
Yeah. We have Honduran fans, guys.
Yeah.
Shout out to our Honduran
fans. Yeah, we love you. We'll shimmy for you.
We'll shimmy for you.
So yeah, if you want to see more from the Living Lovely ladies, subscribe to this page. Make sure you like us here on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We got all that. So yeah, see ya soon.